Make sure to subscribe to my channel before we begin this story. I never expected a regular Tuesday morning to feel like the entire ground beneath my life had quietly shifted. My name is Ethan. I'm 38, and I've been married to Samantha for 12 years. On the outside, people saw us as the kind of marriage others admired. Stable jobs, a small cozy home, Sunday routines, and laughter that always made friends smile when they saw us together. But what looks perfect can be the biggest illusion. The day started normally. I woke up early, made my coffee, looked at my calendar, work meeting, a couple errands, dry cleaning pickup. Nothing unusual. Around 9 a.m., I called Samantha just to check in, just to hear her voice before she got busy with her day. That's when things shifted, or when I realized something was already shifting. The phone rang, one ring, two, three, then a click, and right after that, I heard laughter. Low, warm, a man's laughter, and it wasn't hers. I froze. I tried to convince myself someone was just joking around near her. Maybe a coworker, maybe background noise. But it didn't sound distant. It sounded close, familiar, like she heard that laugh a lot. "Sam," I said softly. Silence. Not the silence of a bad connection, the kind that feels heavy and intentional. I said her name again. Then another faint click. The call ended. All day I couldn't shake it. My mind kept replaying that laugh, as if every sound that day reminded me of it. Emails, messages, random noises. All of it pulled me back to that moment. By evening, I told myself I needed to see her face to face. My hands gripped the steering wheel tighter than usual as I drove home. When I reached the porch, I paused, trying to collect myself before stepping into a house that suddenly felt foreign. Inside, silence. No voices, no jokes, just a quiet ticking of a clock I never noticed before. Everything looked normal. Her mug on the counter, her scarf on the couch, her phone plugged in like she had never left. But everything felt distant. I checked the bedroom. Empty. The bed perfectly made, like no one had slept there. And then that empty feeling hit my chest. The laughter I heard wasn't meant for me, and maybe hadn't been for a long time. I sat on the bed, trying to unravel everything. Her phone always flipped face down. Late night walks alone. Texts she hid with half smiles. All the little signs I had brushed off. I tried calling again. No response. Texted her. Nothing. And that's when I finally accepted something I was avoiding. I wasn't a priority anymore. Not emotionally. Not mentally. Not even as a thought. I left the house that night and drove without any direction. The silence inside me was louder than anger. Loud enough to make my chest ache. The next morning, the weight in my chest still sat stubbornly there. I didn't sleep properly. My brain refused to shut down while wrestling with everything that happened in just one day. I went back to the house. Not to argue, not to beg, not to accuse, but just to understand whether anything that once existed between us still existed at all. As soon as I parked, I heard it again, laughter. That same effortless, soft tone. A man and woman sharing a moment that didn't include me. My knuckles turned white on the steering wheel. One part of me wanted to run and never look back. The other part wanted to face truth head on. When I opened the door this time, silence. In the kitchen, Samantha sat scrolling her phone, calm and casual, like nothing in the world was wrong. There was no one else there. No man. No visitor. That's when I realized something painful. The laughter wasn't real. My brain created it from fear and insecurity. My mind filled the emptiness with the sound of being replaced. I sat down across from her, my voice barely steady. "Samantha, were you?" She looked up confused. "Was I what?" I tried to speak, but my voice cracked as I explained what I heard. Her face didn't show guilt, didn't show shame, just calm detachment. "Ethan, life is just stressful," she said softly. "I'm exhausted. That's all." But it was personal. Every silent night, every attempt I made to hold on, every moment I tried to keep us together. I had been alone in this marriage long before that morning. She had checked out quietly, slowly, without ever saying a word. I stood up slowly. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I can't live like this anymore. Her eyes widened slightly, but she stayed silent. I packed a small bag and walked out. The air outside hit different, sharp and cold, but somehow clearer than anything I had felt in a long time. I drove aimlessly again, letting the road numb everything. I wasn't angry anymore. I just finally understood. Being forgotten hurts more than being betrayed. By evening, I ended up at my brother's place. He didn't ask anything. He just handed me a beer and let me sit there quietly, letting the reality settle. Over the next few weeks, I slowly took my life back, running again, reading again, reconnecting with people I forgot I had. I stopped waiting for texts. I stopped searching for sound that weren't real. And I started creating my own moments again, laughter that belonged to me. One evening, I passed a cafe we used to go to, that table where we shared stupid jokes and inside humor nobody else understood. I didn't look inside to see if she was there. I didn't want to. I just remembered that those moments existed once, and that was enough. When I finally walked into my home again, I felt lighter, not healed, not fully whole, but stronger, because I faced the quietest kind of heartbreak, someone emotionally leaving long before they physically do. And I learned something real. If someone stops sharing their world with you, that's not a sign to fight harder. That's a sign to walk away. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe.